Hello there, YouTube. This is the mad scientist, and today I'll be talking about repeating the year. The reason I'm making this video is because last year, which is 2014, when I was done with my BitSat and Advance, I had a big question to make. I didn't get through on such good marks, so I had a question whether I should drop the year or not. Now I'm sure this is a question which haunts most of you around this period of your life, and I was hoping I could help you out. At that time, when one is usually searching for answers, what one does is look up, go on Google and look for answers. And I did the same, and I didn't find anything that was very satisfactory. So I thought, if I ever repeat, um, I'll make a video about it. So this is my effort to somehow bring in everything that I learned in this last 1 year, 6 months, last 6 months, and basically try to bring that to you. So uh, there goes that. Now, what is repeating slash dropping the year? Uh, you probably know that, and the thing is, what I want to clarify at this point is, it's repeating the year is not about intelligence. It's majorly about your willpower. It's a battle of how strong you are in here. It's all in here. How long before you finally snap, before you break. Now, if you're somebody weak of mind, repeating is not for you. It's not going to work out. I'm telling you this now. It is extremely difficult to repeat, and if you know that, perhaps you can, be ready for it. So, for the weak of mind, do not repeat. So yeah, I just wanted to give that disclaimer about repeating that. Yeah. So as I see it, if you're seeing this video, there are possibly three scenarios for seeing this video. First scenario is that you have terrible marks, and in that scenario, I don't see why you have a question whether you should repeat. You definitely have to repeat. You don't have a choice. So that's one scenario. Other two scenarios. Second scenario is that you have mediocre marks and you have big dreams. For example, you didn't make it through to BITS or IITs, or you made it. You didn't make it to where what one might, the general stereotype of good is, or whatever, and you're just below that, like somewhere else. Okay, and this is my opinion. Again, when I say BITS is good or whatever, that's my opinion. If you don't agree, that's completely up to you, but this is what I feel. So if you didn't if you're at somewhere between, and you have big dreams that you always wanted to go to BITS, or you want to go to IIT or NITs, then, and in the third scenario, that you have gotten into one of the newer IITs, or you have gotten into BITS and your actual dream was IITs, this is the point in these last two scenarios that you actually you have this big question whether you should give up on a college that you have right now for the possibility, and I say possibility of a better college later. Trust me, there are many examples in which people have robbed the year and they have gotten like lesser than they got before, and of course some cases where people have succeeded. So this is the question you really have to ask yourself. Am I ready to give up what I have right now for the possibility of something better? If the answer is yes, then repeat. And so yeah so let me tell you a little bit about myself and about this video. Is that what I will try to do is bring in the more humanitarian aspect, or whatever, the human side, the emotion side of repeating a year, rather than anything else. So about myself, I personally decided to drop the year. I didn't get into BITS, as I said before. I decided to drop the year. I dropped the year for about 1.5 months, like a full drop. I sat at home and I studied, and after that I gave up and I went to a college. And out there, after the first semester, which is first 6 months, I decided I wanted to give my dreams another chance, and so I repeated the year from there, from the college, which is called a partial repeat. I'll be talking about this later. And from there, for those 6 months, I studied very hard, college and everything. And basically here I am. I'll try not to tell you whether I succeeded or failed. Actually, I don't know that yet myself, but that's not the point out here. So another thing I want to make clear about this video right now is that if you're expecting me to sugarcoat things, it's not really going to work that way. I am going to tell you the facts as they are, as I see them. You might think that I'm leaning towards one thing more, but that's not it. I'm just going to tell you the hard facts. You have to face them if you actually want to consider repeating the year. So now that that's true, let's get to the crux of it. Basically, there are two types of repeats. One is a full drop. Okay, in that you sit at home all day. You don't join any college and you just sit and study every day. You can mix this up with joining a coaching class, or you can just study by yourself. This is called a full draw. Now I'm going to tell you the difficulties that one faces in here during a full drop. Difficulty number one: every day is the same, the freaking same. You wake up, you study, you have lunch at this time, you do this. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Imagine that for another, say, 365 days. It kills you in here doing that every day. So yeah, that's one problem. Second problem: life gets very depressing. It's how do I say it? You become like a zombie towards the end. Like I speak this from my friend's experience who actually dropped the full year. That usually around say November, December-ish, the depression starts to hit in, and you just feel like giving up. It's very depressing, and yeah, that is a big problem. Uh, Next problem: you see your friends having fun. Now this is like one of those classic problems which people face, is that your friends who have gotten into better colleges are having lots of fun in their first years, and you are sitting at home and studying every day. This is very depressing. You have no idea. You feel like really bad. Second of all, when you look at the pictures on Facebook of how they're having fun in whichever college they are, and pictures of their college, it basically kills you. Next problem: extreme pressure. There is a lot of pressure when you decide to play a gamble with 1 year and stake. The thing is, if you don't succeed in this 1 year, you feel okay, I wasted one whole year. I just basically wasted it. This is what you feel. I'm not saying you wasted. It's actually, some people claim that it was actually beneficial, but you tend to think that you wasted 1 year, and you didn't get what you wanted, and it was basically a wasted year. So with that pressure in mind, that if I don't succeed now, I've basically wasted a year, it that pressure gets to you, and you're not able to study as you want to study. And most people just like have a nervous breakdown, and they stop studying for like 10 days. That happened to me. I studied for a month or so, and then I had a nervous breakdown. And then after the nervous breakdown, I was like, I can't do this for me, this is not for me, let's go for partial drop. Let's just go for college, and then later I decide to partial drop. So that is one thing. And the other problem is you keep questioning yourself. You keep thinking to yourself, have I made the right decision? Have I made the right decision? Like, should I have just taken whichever college I had, or should I have just like am I doing the right thing? You keep questioning yourself. And basically I have noticed when when I was studying, more than initially, at least around 40% of my time was spent in thinking of that rather than what I was studying. So these are the problems. I would suggest that you fully drop if, one, you join a coaching class, or like something like what goes on in Kota and all those places, these coaching factories as such, where they where they make sure that you study for 6 to 7 to 8 to 10 or whatever hours every day. If they ensure that, it brings out it removes the sort of frustration that is with the willpower factor of sitting yourself, if you are highly motivated. Now this is a question which you have to ask yourself. I really can't tell you at this point. Like, sometimes you think you're motivated, but maybe you're not. So it's like I've told you these difficulties. Consider these difficulties and decide if you can do it. If the answer is yes, then don't see the rest of the video. Just quit and start studying. uh, yeah. So now, while I did face these problems, I'd like to give you some tips to perhaps get you through the full drop if you so decide to do it. The problem of every day being the same. For this, I would suggest that you join some class, for a guitar class, some tennis class, some extracurricular. Just do that so that there's some sort of excitement factor every day. It's just not the same thing over and over again. So the other problem of friends and Facebook. Uh, Stay away from your friends might not be a really good idea, but like, you see, it's all about balance. You can't just study every day. You need to have friends and stuff as well. So I would suggest, like, try to keep friends with people who are repeating the year with you. It gives you a sort of mental satisfaction that I'm not alone in here. uh, Deactivate Facebook. That's what I did, because it's only going to depress you. But if you do go on Facebook, then do what I did. You cyber stalk your friends who have gotten into your dream college. This motivates you like hell. You have no idea. It's like, uh, I mean, that was one of my motivating factors, that my friend, my competitors got into whichever college I wanted to get into, and I didn't. So, well, it goes both ways. It's either you get depressed or you get motivated. I suggest you get motivated. I personally went there for motivation. At the end of this video, I will be talking about other methods to keep yourself motivated through anything in life, which I learned through my partial repeat. So hold on for that, or you can just directly skip into that if you don't want to see the next part, which is partial drop. So what is a partial drop? Most of you people probably haven't even heard of a partial drop, a partial repeat, or I don't know what terms you might use. Basically, a partial repeat is you sitting at home, you taking the best college you can possibly get in your present scenario, joining that college and studying engineering and what this entrance stuff at the same time. uh, this basically has benefits which overcome all the problems of most of the problems of a full drop. Number one, you are playing a safe game. uh, if if you don't uh, say get into say you say at the end of the year you get into the college you want, well and good, okay, it's done. You spent 1 year, it was totally worth it. If you don't get into the college which you wanted to get into, what you feel in a full drop is, damn, I wasted a year. This doesn't happen during a partial drop, because even if you fail, you still have you still have finished 1 year of engineering, and you can continue the remaining 3 years and just be done with it, right? It's not like you've wasted a year. So this is a safe game. That's one benefit. Other problem is this creates very less pressure compared to the full drop option. Other option is other benefit is that every day is a different day. uh, it's not the same thing over and over again, because one day you have this, the other day you have that. So life tends to have a more exciting touch to it, relatively. Now the difficulties that you face with the partial drop is majorly friends. The first thing that friends do, if you choose to tell them that you're partially dropping or whatever, is they demotivate you. Like, I see most people, um, if they aren't, if they themselves, they have this guilt factor in them that maybe they should repeat, that they didn't work hard enough, or they didn't get to the college which they wanted to, and they see you working for that college, they try to bring you down. So that is one difficulty. Second difficulty that friends usually create is that they say, okay, let's go watch a movie, let's do this, let's do that, and you basically you have to tell them no, which is like, it's very difficult to do that. So it's one problem. Second is college activities. Now, depending on your college, at least my college where I went has quite a few college activities. So you tend to be drawn to them, and which makes you stay away from studies. So, like, quite a few times you have to tell yourself, okay, I'm doing this for myself, just study for this much more time, and after this, the remaining 3 years I can have as much fun as I want. It's probably basically what you've told yourself throughout childhood. Okay, study till 12th. Once I get to college, it'll be all good. But okay, whatever. Managing studies. The difficulty here is that you're studying engineering uh, and your repeat stuff all over again. So balancing it out is very difficult. For those of you who think that either one gets less attention, that's not true. uh, I personally managed to study around 4 hours a day for my entrance stuff, uh, on a full day, and around 6 hours on a half day, roughly speaking. So I it's and I studied for the college stuff one day before the exam. But you think that you don't have the time, but you actually have a lot of time to repeat if you think about it. Like, I realized most of the like I was wasting most of my time otherwise when I wasn't repeating. Like, college makes up only around 4 to 5 hours a day. You can use the remaining 19 to 20 hours to do whatever you want. So yeah. Motivation. Now this motivation is always a problem anywhere in life. Motivation will be a problem in the sense that you'll think to yourself, like, around initial months of your partial repeat, is that uh, this college is good. Why am I going through so much pain and so much suffering? Like, forget my dream college. I'm going to settle for this. I've seen quite a few people go out this way, decide not to repeat because they just give up. So again, at that time, it's your call, but this is a possibility of what might happen. So how to overcome it? Most of these problems can be overcome by sheer motivation. In fact, anything can be done with sheer motivation. But one way to, like, make this journey easier is to find friends in your college who are partial repeating as well. This makes it somehow easier because they're going through the same things. Now, this also holds true in the drop year thing. Now, the drawback which I have seen so far in partial repeating is that the success rate isn't so good, which I realized a few days ago, because I realized I didn't do as good as I expected myself to do, and I saw that most of the people didn't do as well either. So this is something to consider. This is my data which I've gathered over some time after meeting other people who did repeat. Even repeating people, in general, about repeating, the success rate isn't always very good. uh, it's not a sure shot, yes. So yeah. Now, that now it's basically your decision. I have developed a test for deciding whether you should repeat. Now, perhaps for the 2015 people who are seeing this and who are trying to decide, this might be a bit too late. In fact, it is late. But for the people henceforth, this video, I hope, who see this video, can decide. This is the mad scientist test. I'm the mad scientist for deciding whether you should repeat the year. Uh, this is basically what I did. Sit down and start studying now. I'm assuming you're seeing this video sometime. Whenever you see this video, start studying for your entrance right now for 1 month. Just 1 month. Okay, and this is probably your vacations right now. I'm talking about, in case you have started, you're seeing this video just after your entrance, which you have, let's say, for whatever reasons, decide to repeat, you're considering repeating. Start studying right now. Even if you manage to stay studying for the next 10 days or a month, it's going to give you an idea. Just using your vacation time to study for about 10 days or up to a month, you'll realize that what repeating is really like. And if you are able to sustain with a positive outlook for about a month, then go ahead and drop the year. Like, don't think about anything else. You can drop the year. You are capable of dropping the year. But after this 1 month, if you feel that it's not possible, then either take whichever college you want or do the partial drop. This is my personal test. It worked for me. And generally speaking, for anything in life, to be motivated, which I learned through my partial drop, is that What I did is to keep my motivation up. I saw these motivational videos. Okay, I saved them on my phone. I would suggest Matthews M or something like that. Uh, he makes quite good videos. They, I don't know. So what I did is I saw them every time I felt depressed. So that helped me get through repeating a lot easier in a way. Kept me motivated initially. So. So I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. Do let me know what you think about this video. If I missed out on any points, which I can include in, say, version 1 point whatever. And basically, let me know what you think. If you think this helped you, drop a like. Let me know anything. Inbox me. Let me know if it helped. Basically, this is Mad Scientist signing out.